Floating in space, hoping to land. Roll with the universe, go with the plan. Meteor shower, I'm making it rain. Counting my blessings like grains of sand. Counting the weight to make a band. But the money don't make a man. Sanitize, I shake your hand. Capitalize me, take your land. Enterprise, they don't understand. I am the business, I am the brand. Using my hands, I am a man. Using my mind, I'm making a stand. Hearing them talk, not giving a damn. They told me I couldn't, they told me I can't. Making my...
What up? It's your boy Jaron Ikner back again with another episode of the Heat Check. We're back on the futon right now. I had to go back to the futon on the laptop because I'm actually doing like a final render on my movie, Impossible Colors, coming very, very soon. And I wanted to not mess up my render by like streaming live or something like that. So we're on the laptop. Setup's kind of janky. I don't even think... I've been trying to get the Q thing to work. It's not working. So, you know, you're just going to get my face. If I can get it up while I'm listening to your guys' songs, we'll get to it. But for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Jaron Ikner. I'm an award-winning multimedia artist. Been doing this for like 20 years, making music, making movies, helping artists out with their music. Just overall, just doing stuff related to art. Art's my passion, expressing it. I love and believe in the power of the story. I'm a storyteller to the fullest. But for those of you who don't know. And yeah, so we bring back the Heat Check. We actually did this a long ass time ago, but we're bringing it back for the sake of giving artists a place to have someone listen to their music. Because we know, especially in the rise of AI, algorithms, all kinds of crap like that, it's getting harder and harder to just get someone to just listen. I'm not offering any money. I'm not doing any type of like contests. I'm not going to put you on my show. I'm just here to listen to your music. I like music. That might change in the future, but as of right now, that's how we've been doing it for the last 16 episodes. I think this is episode 16, I believe. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah. I think that's 16. Yeah, so this is our 16th episode. Which is cool. Let me double check that actually. Hold on. 1, 2. Oh, that's, you don't count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This says that we were actually on episode 17. So I guess I don't know how to count, but it's fine. I appreciate the people who have been hanging out with us since day one. I appreciate new people who have been submitting. And yeah, we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna try one more time to bring up the queue so you guys can see your songs. If you want to submit a song, you can using Nero. There's a link. You can go to nero.fan/Jaron Ikner. I think there's a link in the description on the page. And you can submit your song that way. And with that in mind, we do have a new cutoff date thing that we're trying to where after 8 o'clock, we will cut off the motherfucking queue. Mostly just because it's one of those things where it just gets crazy after a while. I'm not trying to be here all night. We only have 11 submissions tonight, which, by the way, I'm going to get into that. And I keep complaining about this, and I feel like a jerk, but at the same time, it's kind of like I guess I'm trying to prove a point a little bit in the sense that it's like, let's delete this. I put very specific directions on how to submit to this show. They're very specific. And it's not hard. Like, I don't make it difficult. At least I don't think so. But seemingly, a lot of people just simply don't want to follow instructions. And to me, that's like a big tell. Like, as someone who has ran a record label and has managed artists and has dealt with just different types of artists and types of people, if you can't follow instructions, you're not going to be successful. And I get like there's like a whole like, you know, rebel energy behind being a musician and being an artist where it's like, you know, F the system, et cetera, so forth. But if you can't follow simple instructions, just like really simple instructions, just to like, you know, submit a link to a thing, then it's very telling when you can't do that, and you know you're expecting it to blow up, right, and get famous, and you start signing contracts, or you start doing deals where you're supposed to do something and they have very specific instructions, or you start going on tour and you have like contract writers and things that you're supposed to like abide to. My point being is that like I'm not trying to like penalize people or anything like that, or like make them feel bad. But at the same time, it's like, man, if you can't follow simple instructions, and it's really simple, all you gotta do is put in your name, add your Instagram, add your email. People have been using fake emails. I don't really give a shit. And yes, I did send out an email last week in regards to the show. But like beyond that, like you just posting it in the comments of the post that I make on Facebook or on Reddit definitely is not the vibe. It comes off as very off-putting. And like usually what I do is like I'll be like, okay, well, I'll just send them a message directly with the link, or reply to their comment with the link. And usually that gets the numbers up. And it's like, cool, that's part of the grind, I guess. But at the same time, it's like I shouldn't have to do that. I'm not saying if I'm like trying to do my show, I should just be able to post a link and then you do that. And the people who follow that, you know, great. You're following like a really big step in your career to being able to follow instructions. Anyways, I'm done complaining. Let's get into some reviews. As I said earlier, we have 11 so far. And hopefully, I think 11 is fine, actually, to be honest. Like I said, I actually kind of prefer, there's like a sweet spot between like 15 and 20. And I'm sure we'll get a few more tonight as we're doing this. So, we're going to go ahead and get into this. I'm trying to see a few things here. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the first song is from David Ware. The song's called Harbinger. And that's all we got. That's all we got so far. So let's check this out. So YouTube link. You're listening to Heat Check Live. Let's go. Shut up. Vocals in the background, the way those little vocals come in with the it's kind of just like right now this kind of reminds me of a slightly lesser version of an Elden Ring boss fight. Like, you know how you fight the bosses of Elden Ring and you have like the choir and start swelling and shit. But we're only a minute through, so let's keep listening. Harbinger, bring your fear to those that would peer at the backlit black pale. Harbinger, cast your net and drag us all in, force us to gaze upon our sins. We know that we are broken, and we know that we are lost. We are desperate to avoid the mirror you place before us. Okay, so far. Oh, thank you, Travel Through the Nebula. Thank you. Yeah, my birthday was this past Saturday, and I got to hang out with my mom. She came up and hung out, and she actually was the first person to see my new movie outside of like myself. So it was cool to show her that. But I digress. Um, this song is good so far. I think that the issue that stands out to me the most are the vocals. The vocals actually are recorded very well and they actually sound decent, but they sound very dry. Like they sound like they need like some more layering to them, maybe a little bit of reverb, a little bit of wetness to it. Right now they sound very dry. They're recorded very well. They sound good and they match the levels and they're in the pocket there. But like there's not enough spatialness to them. They sound very just like dry and up the middle. I think you would benefit from doing some layering for sure. See that right there? Like the voice is definitely competing with the guitar there. And as I always say, pretty much every episode, the voice is always the key instrument to any song that has vocals, because you have it's the most unique instrument that you have in your arsenal is the human voice, and so it needs to stand out. And right here, like we're like I said, it's not mixed poorly, but it's like it sits in the pocket so much that the guitars and the vocals are competing for that top spot. And you can fix this easily just by layering your vocals and maybe adding a little bit of reverb, giving a little bit of like taking advantage of the open space that's in between the lyrics by adding a little bit of reverb. Not a lot, but you want to definitely just create a little bit of separation with that. Lyrics are cool. This whole song feels just very video gamey. Like this, it feels like even the guitar feels like you're in like a Devil May Cry video game or like Elden Ring, and like the lyrics kind of give off like you're telling the story of a video game character. And I mean, what I would do with this song with that in mind is that I would try to submit this to like video game publishers who are looking for music, because you never know, man. I have a couple dudes who've done that and done pretty well for themselves. And this song fits that motif. Even if you remove the vocals and just submit an instrumental, I think it would fit in a lot of like soul-like games. Something to consider. We're gonna keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Up next is House of Love by Nukwa. I hope I'm saying that right. Nukwa. This track is produced by an independent electronic music artist from South Africa in Cape Town. Nukwa releases music on his label Thole Records and on PRDS Direct. Emmanuel Peter, a talented artist from Nigeria, played the organ and towards the end of the song. Okay, I appreciate the description. I'm gonna play the track while I look at your Instagram. Yeah. Should we bring up the window like we did last time, so you guys can see what I'm looking at? Let's do it. Let's do it. Real quick. we're going to bring up the window so you can see. Hold on, there's a better way to do this. Actually, no, that's fine. You can see what I'm looking at. I'm not sure. Let's put this in the bottom right corner here. Sorry, I should have set this up previously, but I didn't. And I don't know how big that is. If you're looking at it on a phone, you probably can't see it, but if you're looking at it on a TV, which you're probably not watching this on a TV, but if you're looking at this on a computer screen, you can see what I see. Okay, so, all right. So now you can see what I see when I'm looking at it, when I'm clicking around and shit. So let's play his song real quick. This is gonna play. Sorry guys. Let's reset this. You know, it's supposed to already play. It's on autoplay, but it's tripping. My connection is good. Well, this is his page. Definitely a real person. So that's cool. Here we go. Let's try this one more time. Is my shit just like not working or what? Is my Spotify down or something? Is Spotify down? I'm logged in my account. Real quick. I don't know. So it looks like Spotify's like just not working, guys. Is that something that we didn't know? Yeah, I'll check my volumes. Thank you for letting me know. Let me see here. Does the YouTube link works fine? But for some reason, I literally can't play anything on Spotify right now. Very odd. Let me try this real quick. Go. Try this again. Spotify down. Spotify down. Or is my computer just ass? I'm playing it from the web browser, so it should be fine. Let me see. Is Spotify down? Nah. Well, there was a spike actually of downage, but that was this morning. My shit's just not working, bro. Well, let's see if we can find you on YouTube. Yep, you're on YouTube. Cool. So we'll do that for right now while we try to troubleshoot some things. So this is Nukwa House of Love. my voice up and the beat down. Turn the voice up and the beat down. Turn the voice up and the beat down. And the okay. So, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, because I try not to be mean on these things, but this sounds like very like basic level EDM, like my first EDM. I'm saying this from somebody who has dabbled in the EDM world a little bit. Like, I don't produce like a lot of EDM. Actually, that's not true. I do actually produce a decent amount, relatively speaking. But like, even like the progression of it and like the way the song is structured and like the sounds that you're using and the drums, they sound all very kind of like basic EDM kit. Like, if I were to start making EDM kit or EDM beats for the first time without like any like real knowledge, and like I went like searching for beats, I would find a kit called EDM kit, and most of these sounds that were in your beat would be on this song. Would that mean, or sorry, in that kit. I want to fast forward a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna fast forward a lot of it, because you said there was an organ solo towards the end of the song. Let's see if we can find that real quick.
You can't make other people like you. I don't care what you do for them. I don't care how you try to appease them. In whatever way, there are some people who will just not like you no matter what. This is a lecture of life. Well,
This is funny. Like, it actually reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, like, if there's any game nerds out there, but Marvel vs. Capcom, like the music in that game is so weird, because it sounds like almost exactly like this, where it's just like dun, 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 dun. Like this kind of like upbeat kind of like vibe to it. That's what I'm thinking of when I hear this song, and it's not a bad thing per se. It just, I feel like there's just like a lot of basicness to this. I think that you need. It's very clear that you're not like as seasoned in the musicality of it. Like, sure, you have the technical aspects of it, you have the drums, you got the guy playing the organ, but like, I'm not hearing like diverse musicality on this. Like, it'd be hard for me to pick this out of a lineup of other songs and identify it as a Nukwa track, right? And what I mean by that is that, like, if I play some Skrillex right now, like, his sound especially in the EDM world, like, he has such a distinct sound that it's like, oh, that's a Skrillex song. Now, a lot of people have imitated that sound, but what probably would happen there, if I played someone who was Skrillex-like, someone would probably guess Skrillex, right? And it's hard to define your own sound. And I don't know how long you've been doing it for, so it's like, maybe this is like your first couple songs and you're just out here doing it. But I think in your thing, you said, oh no, it doesn't really say. It just says you're just putting on music. So I mean, like, yeah, I don't know how long you are on your journey and what you're trying to do to find your sound. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. Thank you for submitting. I appreciate that. We're gonna keep it moving. Up next is Dust by Opacic, who I think has submitted here before. Let's see if the Spotify shit is working though. Because you were not working earlier. I don't know, man. It's so funny. Like, the last like few shows, there's just like always just like something wrong. In this case, I don't seem to be able to play anything on Spotify. I'm gonna try and log out of my Spotify and log back in and see if that magically does something. I don't think it will. But fortunately, most musicians also release their music on YouTube, so we can just look it up on YouTube if we need to. Before we do that, let's try one more go at the Spotify. The Spotifeasel. The Spotifran. And if you don't have your music on YouTube, and like, Spotify is the only place that you got it, then hey, I'm sorry. That's really all I can say at this point. Because, I mean, I might try and look for your songs. I feel bad. We got time, so we could do it. But let's see. We'll see what's up. Let's first try to see if we can get this song to play first. And we'll take it from there. Sticky Bugatti says, I have an exclusive surprise song submission for y'all tonight on your lineup. An unreleased track from an upcoming cinematic trap album. This is the one you already know, homie. I don't know. Okay. All right. I'm always down for surprises. Like surprises. I don't know. If it's on Spotify, I might not be able to play that shit, though, because this shit is not working. Literally. I mean... Okay. Let's try one more thing here. Let's try and log into a different account. Let's try and just log out entirely and see if that does something. We'll also try closing the browser, I guess, too. Yeah, let's try closing the browser real quick. It's always a good thing to try, is closing the browser. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this shit's fucking bullshitting. But, apparently, just like, nah, fam, me playing Spotify links tonight. We ain't doing that shit. Nah, fam. Okay, so that just reloaded. Is that gonna play though? Is it gonna play though? Okay, you want me to sign in? This is the beautiful thing about doing things live, is that you get to sit here and see me talk out things to my computer, and then try and make sure that I can get your all's music to play properly in the way that y'all submitted it. Yeah. Okay. I can just look it up on YouTube, but we're gonna try this one more time. Nope, not working. Huh. Okay. All right. So, fucking A, bro. Making me type in keys and shit. Opacic dust. Boom. There it is. All right, here it is. Didn't we review this before? Hold up. So I feel like we reviewed this song before. I remember because of the crazy loud drums that are on here. I can actually check real quick. Let me see real quick. Did we review this just last week? I think that we did. Yep, we did. That's what I thought. I knew I wasn't tripping. So yeah, he already submitted this song. I said it was those drums that were clashing like crazy. That I remember, because I remember the song being like hella loud, and that song was hella loud. So I'm sorry, Pask, if you don't remember or didn't see. I know last week was kind of wild in terms of this, like the stream and stuff, so maybe that's part of it. But I do believe I did give you a solid review, so go check that out, and we'll keep moving. Up next is, oh gosh, I'm all befuddled right now. Deep Stone Lullaby by Travel Through the Nebula. And I'm wondering if what is going on here, man? This shit is tripping. There we go. Deep Stone Lullaby. Last week it was announced that Destiny 2, one of my favorite games, will stop receiving updates this summer. Yeah, I heard about that too. It's kind of wild. Seems fitting for you to get a cover for one of the raids. Also, my most played song on Spotify. Okay. Yeah, I heard about that. I definitely heard about that. I played Destiny 1. I played a little bit of Destiny 2. I stopped kind of playing live service games after a while, but that sucks, man. I know how important it is to have a game that you really fuck with. It's your go-to game. I would say right now my go-to game is Death Stranding 2. When I want to just zone out, I play Death Stranding 2. Even though it's not as good as the first one. Death Stranding, I still think I like the first Death Stranding better, just in terms of creating the environment of loneliness and being on a desolate, not planet, but desolate area. The second one, not so much. It's way easier. Doesn't quite hit the same, but it's still extremely enjoyable. I'm replaying it because, yeah. Anyways, I digress. I be going on tangents and shit. Let's see if we can find your song on YouTube, since I can't bring it for shit. Travel Through the Nebula. The song is called Deep Stone Lullaby. Boom, click. Bow. There it is. All right, here we go. One of the Heat Check veterans. Travel Through the Nebula with Deep Stone Lullaby. If y'all like shit like this, make sure you go check out Travel Through the Nebula's station on YouTube. He has a 24/7 channel where he plays all of his songs, all self-produced songs like this, on a loop. Not on a loop, but on a radio station kind of vibe. And speaking of radio stations, I got, I'm going to talk about something at the end of the episode. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I got something really cool coming. Sorry for using your song as an ad. I really like this part right here. Oh, acting like I know the song. I don't know the song. That was sick. Got a lot of tail in here. Usually do the fade away. So that was Travel Through the Nebula with Deep Stone Lullaby. Travel Through the Nebula is a veteran at this point. He's submitted to almost every single episode of the Heat Check. And it's always a pleasure to hear what he's working with. Apparently this one was inspired by Destiny 2, which is going away this summer. They're getting rid of it. Well, they're shutting it down, I should say. I'm not sure what's going to happen to the franchise. But and that's like his ode to that. It's a really cool song, man. It's shorter than your usual stuff. Usually you're submitting like, 10-minute bangers. But this one works. I like this one. It's cohesive. It kind of taps into the theme. It has that space kind of vibe to it. I really like that last part with that guitar solo. Kind of gives it more like a kind of like an alternative rock kind of vibe to it. Solid work, man. Thank you for submitting. Let's keep it moving though. Up next is The Night of Black Knives, In the Name of Order. This is an Elden Ring metal tribute track, a part of a larger project about the same. I'm a guitarist, and all guitar tracks are recorded by myself. The rest is generated with VST plugins. Cool. A lot of kind of like video game inspiration tonight. The artwork's crazy in this. Hold on. So I'm not sure if you've seen the artwork, but they're like stabbing a stick through a guy's like decapitated head hole. It's kind of gnarly. Anyways. So I don't know if I would call this like Elden Ring, mostly because it's so like guitar heavy. Sorry, I had to hydrate. It kind of reminds me of Devil May Cry. But Devil May Cry is a very guitar heavy kind of soundtrack, and that's what I think of. Like I'm seeing like not you, but the player shooting a giant monster, Devil May Cry style with the guitar with this song playing in the background. Kind of vibe. Type beat. Making my ears sweat. Okay, so I would say, and I don't know, I guess I could keep listening, but There's only like less than a minute left. Yeah, I don't know. You definitely need like some type of breakage uppage of the intensity, even if it's just like for like a few seconds somewhere in the middle of the song. Because what ended up happening with me listening to this, and like I said, I'm not a big metal person. I've listened to metal before and I like respect it, and I know people who operated it, and like I have like not done shows, but like been involved with companies who run shows that are metal shows. And so like I'm familiar with the crowd and all that. And like part of it is like the ebb and flow of things, to where like you need to have that like refrain, or that moment where they can like chill for a second and then get back into it. Right. This is just like for like 3 minutes straight. At the end there, you kind of break it up a little bit, but we're already like 2.5 minutes into the song. So I feel like we need like to kind of bring that up a little bit, just to give it a little bit of brevity, not brevity, but a little bit of breath, so we can like, have a moment. This song could be an extra minute if you just take a little breather someplace in the middle. It also doesn't remind me, like I said, it reminds me of Devil May Cry. That's the vibe I get from the song, is Devil May Cry, which is sick. It's a cool game. So tight. Anyways, thank you for your submission. And just a heads up for those watching but don't want to submit, or maybe they're afraid to submit, we are closing submissions at 8 p.m. We might be done before then, honestly, at this rate. We're already halfway through, so we might be done before 8 p.m. But if we get more submissions, we're cutting them off at 8 p.m. Up next is Sick of the Days by Core 34. Thank God these are all YouTube submissions so far.
Sick of the days, I'm sick like a mental case stuck in my ways out, change someday, look in my face and all you see is pain, look.
So I know this dude submitted last time, but did he submit this song last time? Maybe. Let me see. I know he submitted last week, the same dude. I remember the artwork. Or was it the week before last? Let me see here. I know this dude submitted though. Yeah, it was this song. Yep. Man, people just keep submitting the same songs over and over again. I get it. Trust me, man. You just want your shit to get heard. But I remember distinctly listening to this song and seeing this artwork, and he submitted this song before. So Core 34. I don't know if that episode, because one of these episodes got really fucked up and maybe you didn't get a full review. I'm not sure if you're one of those people or not. If so, hit me up, because I do actually kind of owe those people a review. I'm not sure if you're one of those people. If you are, then I'll review it. But I think I did a review on your song already. So just for the sake of brevity and the people who have been waiting, we're going to keep it moving. Up next is going to be Obnoxious by Owls and Sticks. Cool name. Cool name. YouTube link. Nice. I'm appreciating the YouTube links right now. Okay, so there's a lot of things about this song that I like. Like I like the beat, I like the concept so far. I like the lyrics, I like the recording, the vocals. I like the sequencing of the drums. You got some interesting stuff on here. But the one thing I really don't like about this song is the guitar, and it just sounds like, and which is weird because I know it's like kind of like the lead instrument on this song besides the vocals, and like, but it just sounds like off. It's hard to explain as I listen to the song. Like I feel like the song would be better if we took the guitar off entirely, or turned it down a lot and just let that bass kind of like be like the bass and that synthesizer kind of be like the lead. That right here is sick. This part right here is really good. Mm. Mm. Yeah, no. Yeah, that guitar. Yeah, no, that guitar takes me out. It sounds like it's probably the same dude from the first part of the song, just switched into an electric guitar. It takes me out, man. Like I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that part of the song. I like everything else about it. Like I like the drums, I like the vocals. I think it's recorded clean. I think that the sequencing is dope. It's just that when that guitar comes in, like especially in this part, it throws the beat off. Like he's off beat with the guitar, and so now I'm trying to catch the beat, but you got the guitar that's kind of like off beat, and it's really like kind of throwing me for a loop. It gets a little better at the end, but it kind of feels like that's like a jam session that you try to turn into a song. That guitar needs a lot more work. There's not like enough synchronicity between the drums and the musicality of the guitar. I like what the song is trying to do, and there's that part where there's no guitar in the middle of the song. That's sick. Like I like the bass line, I like the synthesizer, I like the drums. Then that guitar comes back in and it just completely throws me off, and I'm just like, damn. So I would consider that because it's kind of jarring for me. Sorry to be so harsh. Not trying to be mean. I'm just you submit your music on here, and that's what you get. Is my opinion. So, anyways, let's keep it moving. Up next is Queen of Hearts by Runtel. I feel like this song got submitted too. I think we heard this song before too. Let me see. We just keep getting old submissions over and over again. I feel like. Let me see. Let me see if I'm tripping here. There's a search engine on here. Well, I gotta look it up on YouTube. I feel like we listened to this song before. Let me see. So far, we've had, I think, like close to 400 submissions on this show, which is crazy to think about. I don't think I've listened to this before.
Trips and stays and pleasant trays of places
We got it. So I should have read the description first before I listened to the song, and it would have given me more context. In the description, it said this song is made for that special one who appreciates you. It's not perfect. It's very DIY and experimental. I was going to say, like, I don't think that this is like a song. And what I mean by that is like, there's actually like a lot of artistic merit behind it, to where like it kind of reminds me of like, if you go to a museum and you see like certain art exhibits, sometimes they have music accompanying it, or like some type of like audio aspect. I could see this like playing over and over an art exhibit, over dude's life. That's like the vibe I get. It doesn't really feel like a song. It feels like an expression for sure through the means of music, but it doesn't feel like a song. It feels very experimental. It's very raw. It's very rough. It's very like, it's tough listen for sure. But that's like kind of the beauty behind it, is that like, I think that there's a lot to kind of extract from this. Like you could paint a story with this around this person. And I think that's beautiful. But otherwise it's not very good. That's just being real about it. I think he's aware of that. That's why he said it's not perfect. It's very DIY. It's experimental. And I appreciate you experimenting with your music, with your voice and your sound, trying to figure out like how you want the world to hear you. So keep going, man. Just keep going. And let's keep it moving. Shit, we might finish fucking early as fuck tonight, man. I'm cool with that. That's cool. I'm cool with that. All right, so up next is Control. I Love Macadon. Okay, and Yellow Trash Can. Free submission. Okay. Spotify. Let's see if we can find you on YouTube. Control. Yep, found it. Solid track so far. I Love Macadon is a very interesting artist, and like I'm not sure like a lot of people who watch the Heat Check probably aren't familiar with his story and like the things that he's gone through. Like, so because he's the guy who did the Club on a Tuesday song with Drake, and like since then, like his career has been just like kind of just like a roller coaster. And so it's cool to see that he's still out there making like decent music. This is a decent song. It has a very strong theme, very cool production, very kind of popish. It kind of feels like a little like this song with like, be like a little Nas X kind of song, in the sense that what I mean by that is that on Lil Nas X originally, not so much now, he was very versatile, in the sense that like his first album was touching like a bunch of different genres. And like this song feels like this is a multi-genre crosser. This could be a radio hit with the right promotion and like the right video behind it. This has radio potential for sure. Solid track. Might be song of the night so far for sure.
Cause the way that I live, so I'ma live how I want. Cause I've got nothing to fear, I've got nothing to fear. They say I'm out of control. Cause the way that I live, so I'ma live how I want. Cause I've got nothing to fear, I've got nothing to fear, I've got nothing to fear. See the vision through the rear, get out my way. Hey, who's controlling what I'm steering for? What they say, I pull up in the parking lot, and I'm DOA. They always asking what you doing now, are you okay? Hey, treat my life just like a bitch, and that bitch okay. I push the limit when I get it, but it's not too safe. I think the world is trying to kill me, but it's not too late. They say I'm out of control, cause the way that I live.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, so this is like, very pop tinged, very radio friendly. It's got some cool like call and response kind of going on there in that little bridge right there. The lyrics are poignant, relatable, kind of Gen Z kind of vibe. Even though I think I Love Mackina's the same age as me. I think. How old is he? He might be a little bit younger than me. Yeah, he's 5 years younger than me. He's the same age as my wife. So, whatever. Anyways, cool song though. Thank you for the submission. I like that track. Up next is Pennies, Nickels, and Dimes from Boca. Okay. Spotify. This is a video. Let's watch the video.
Yeah, man. Been with the gang, I've been with the smiles. Focus on yours, I focus on mine. I know who you are when you ain't on the net. I be outside, niggas posing no threat. Pay my dues and so do time. Steady grind for me and mine. Bitches worry about some sex. I'm out here worried about a check. Niggas die for self-respect. If I die, got no regrets. There ain't a crime I would confess. That's on my life, my nigga bet. Represent. Came for pennies, nickels, dimes, and every cent. Got me bent. Niggas coming for your head, protect your neck. Niggas hoes. You the type of nigga probably drop the soap. Nigga gross. Out in Cali, I be hanging with the lokes. On this coast is the only place we smoking how we smoke. Eyes low. I could take you places you can never go. Not so. I could take you places you can never go. Not so. I could take you places you can never go. Not so. I could take you places you can never go. Not so. I could take you places you can never go. Never seen.
It's a cool little rap. Very short, 20 minutes and 20 seconds long. That was dope. I think the bars were like, they weren't spectacular. Like you weren't like reinventing the reel when it comes to rapping. But you said you have a cool flow. Like you understand like the technicalities and the aspects of how to write a cool beat. And I like the concept, the penny, nickel, dimes, that you came from that, and it feels very like kind of typical rapper shit, and that's fine. It doesn't stand out though. It doesn't like do anything for me like where I'm like, oh wow, this is like, I want to check out more. Like it's interesting. I think the video did more for me than if I just heard the song without the video. But even then, it's just like, you sound like the typical like rapper in 2026. Take that how you want. It's not a bad thing necessarily, but I would definitely like find ways to like stand out sonically, which is harder and harder to do as time goes on. Like to make more interesting sounds or interesting flows or interesting lyrics, it takes time and effort and creative energy. So it really depends on what you're trying to do. Because some people are just trying to want to tell their story. They're not trying to be famous or whatever shit like that. They're just trying to make music. So I guess it depends on your goals, man. But I appreciate the submission for show, though. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. Up next is Velvet Haze with the song called Trash. This is a messy girl anthem filled with triggering honesty. I hope you enjoy. Okay. Spotify links, we gotta look you up. Spotify's broke, apparently. What's this track called? Velvet Haze Trash. Okay. Haze Trash. Mm. Mm. Wow. Okay. There's 5 seconds left, so we're stopping it there. So the song itself technically is great. Good recording, good beat, fine. I'm not a fan of the concept, man. Bashing on men. We're just trying to live like y'all. The song kind of reminds me of Gillette's Short Man, which is about men with small penises. I'm not sure if you guys remember that song back from the day in the 90s. Itty bitty, I don't want no short man. Don't want, teeny weeny little bit. It's, I don't remember the words, but that's what I keep thinking about when I hear this song. And that's kind of a vibe. There's definitely an audience for that. I think that it's like kind of like the man hitting energy. Sure. As a man, I'm not a big fan of that, but I understand the need for that. Yeah, Thanks for the submission. We're gonna keep moving. We got 2 more songs left. Sticky Bugatti. This is a song he's talking about called Wake Up Call. Let's check it out.
Everybody sleepwalk.
Smiling with their eyes closed. I had to lose everything to finally see everything. Sticky. This a wake up call. I can't live or sleep no more. Seen too many fake smiles, hiding dark souls. Everybody say they real to the mass fall. Pain hit different when it's God making that call. This a wake up call. I can't trust the owe me no more. Had to rebuild my spirit from the floor. Now I see the whole world different than before. Yeah. I started noticing patterns in the chaos. Same snakes smiling while they praying that you fall. Same people love you when your pockets got motion.
So I dig everything about this so far. Like I like the beat, I like the flow, I like what you're saying. But I'm reading in your notes that you used AI to sit for the signal processing on the vocals, and it's like I can almost tell, like especially after I've been listening to I've been listening to a bunch of AI music lately just to kind of like study it, and like your vocals sound like almost too processed. And I think what part of it is like to make it sound more human, bring back some of the breaths in your voice. And let me keep listening before I keep talking.
Disappear quick when your heart starts showing. Had to separate emotion from illusion. Too many people addicted to confusion. Social media got souls moving robotic. Everybody chasing gold while they spirit microscopic. I was drowning in approval and attention. Meanwhile, heaven kept sending interventions. Back-to-back lessons almost broke my sanity. But pressure turned pain into clarity.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what you use to process your vocals, but it's like the dynamic range of your voice is like almost gone. To where like they sound good, they sound level, but like they're also like kind of just like this. There's not like any range in your voice because by taking out the breaths and taking out some of like those what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but it's like, so like even right now, like when I'm talking, right? As you hear me talk, there's almost like a rise in my voice. And that rise is coming from the breath that's coming out of my voice, like before I talk. Like as I talk, I have to take a breath. And that breath is going to dictate like kind of like the strength of the vocals. So when you process them too much, or like you overcompress them, or like you put too much shit on them, what you could do ends up happening is that the range ends up just being kind of like a block where everything's kind of hitting at the same level, like normalized basically. And you don't necessarily want that too much because, especially in rap songs, it sounds good typically, but it takes away a lot of the life of the vocals. A lot of the life in that range is extracted from the vocals. If that makes any sense. I like over-explain that too much.
Now I read energy before I hear words. Some people speak showing, but they spirit feel cursed. And I ain't saying I'm perfect, I got blood on my hands too. But accountability, the thing a grown man do. And now I know sometimes destruction just God renovating your soul. Wake up call. I can't ever sleep no more. Seen too many fake smiles, hiding dark souls. Everybody say they real till the mask fall. Pain hit different when it's God making that call. It's a wake up call. I can't trust the old me no more. Had to rebuild my spirit from the floor. Now I see the whole world different than before. I used to chase validation like a drug hit. Now peace of mind worth more than 100 bricks. Silence taught me more than crowds ever could. Some people only understand you when you're doing bad, not good. Started guarding access to my energy. Can't everybody ride into my destiny? A lot of wolves learn how to dress holy. A lot of broken people move cold slowly. In the deeper I evolve, the lonelier it get. Hard carrying vision most people ain't seeing yet. But I ain't scared now. I survived my own collapse. Lost pieces of my soul and somehow built them back. Now every scar looking less like damage, more like coordinates leading me through the madness. I ain't awakened overnight. This took.
Yeah, your vocals are just like kind of too loud. Like they kind of like, I know earlier when I was reviewing other songs, I was talking about how the vocals is the most interesting instrument in the song. It's the most unique instrument. It's the most dynamic, and it's supposed to be the star of the show. You've done that. The mix on here is great. The beat sounds great. I think that the topics are great. It's just that the way that the vocals are hitting my ears right now, it's like there's a little bit of fatigue here near the end because they're a little bit loud, just a little bit. But I also feel like because like of the way that it's mixed a little bit, like I said, the dynamic range, you could benefit from like I don't know more because you have vocal effects on there, you have like some cool tricks with the vocals. Maybe some more dropouts in the beat would help. Like I said, I'm not mad at this song. I actually really enjoy this track. I just think that the vocals are taking me out for some reason. It's like really hard to explain. And then when I read your comment about the AI signaling, it's like, oh, maybe that's what I'm hearing. It might not be. Maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. But I get it. We're gonna go ahead and move on because we got one more song left, and I want to beat the rush. If I can get done right now, let's do it. So up next is "Chasing" by The Vibe. The song says, "Just giving." This is the last song of the night, maybe. Just giving summer vibes. You heard it here first. Okay.
I ain't signing them papers. I ain't doing no favors. I'm still stacking paper. I come in all flavors. I might flirt. It's in my nature. I ain't gonna chase ya. I ain't chase ya. I ain't signing them papers. I ain't doing no favors. I'm still stacking paper. Like I'm in all flavors. I might flirt. It's in my nature. I ain't gonna chase ya. I ain't chase ya. Chasing the racks, these niggas got asthma. I stated facts, used to manage. Now we on.
Too much reverb on your voice, for sure. Let's turn down that reverb, like, whatever it's at now, like, cut it in half. Maybe even, like, cut it by, like, 2/3. Way too much reverb. It's distracting.
$1 billion dreams with yay backpack. Gotta close the gap like I have flat lyrics, hazardous materials, but I move like hazmat. Tryna find a balance, money flip, need to be acrobat. So I got a vision that caused division, like I wasn't stuck in prison. I can see me living like a aristocrat. God forgive me. I know they know that I'm sinning. I know they don't know. What it took to keep winning is a situation. I always get too high. Party on occasions. Get too drunk, I'm fine.
I like the beat.
On your playlist if you miss my vibe. Cash so big, but I really miss your mind. So I've been wondering where you been this whole time. These ain't want me to win, really this whole time. I ain't signing them papers. Ain't doing no favors, yo. Still stacking paper. I like them in all flavors. I might flirt, it's in my nature, but I ain't gonna chase ya. I ain't chase ya. I've been locked in, I've been chasing what they doubted. I've been outside, but the vision never clouded. Those speaking on me, now they quiet when I'm around it. I was down bad, now I'm up and they can't turn it. Money on my mind, but depression in my spirit. I don't say too much, cause the real one gon' feel it. If I told you what I seen, you probably wouldn't believe it. That's why every time I win, I gotta make sure they see it. No favors, no chasing, no way, more motion, more wins, more elevation, no favors, no chasing, no way, we're still stacking paper. I ain't doing no favors. I ain't signing them papers. I ain't doing no favors. I'm still stacking paper.
I really like the production.
I might flirt, it's in my nature, but I ain't gonna chase ya. I ain't chase ya. I ain't chase ya.
It was a cool ass song, man. Like, this might have snuck in last minute as a song tonight for me just because the beat is really, really good. The production is quite dope. I really like this beat. I like the lyrics. I like what he was saying on it. I like the vibe of the song. My only note is like what I said earlier is that he needs to turn down the reverb. The reverb sounds like way too hollow. Sounds like he's in the hallway. Like, we need to cut down the reverb a little bit, tighten that up a little bit. But otherwise, this is a solid track, man. It's a really solid track. Like, this is a good song. I'm gonna look at your Instagram real quick before we get out of here. Let's go ahead and end submissions for tonight. We're done for the night. Close submissions. I can see I can just end the queue, but it's fine. Yeah, you don't have a lot going on here on your Instagram page. You got 4 posts. Looks like you're using AI for some of your content, which is, is what it is. But I like that song though. I think that song is really good. I would consider putting a push behind it. It's because right now, like world music is like where it's at right now. That's like, I would say that's like the top market right now. And it makes the most sense because, a lot of it has to do with access. Like a lot of these countries around the world are getting more and more access to bigger artists. This is why Bad Bunny won fucking best album at the Grammys. This is why Karol G performed at the Super Bowl, not Super Bowl, sorry, at Coachella, because world music is becoming more and more popular. It's definitely going to be the #1 most consumed music. And when I say world music, I'm talking like ranging from Latin to Afro beats. Basically anything that's not American, honestly, is going to be popping in the next few years. Like if you look at the K-pop phenomenon, you're seeing that happen in the Latin music world right now, and you're seeing that happen in the Afro beats world right now. And like a song like this could have a lot of potential if it got into the right hands. So that's how I break it down. Anyways, we're out of here. I appreciate you all watching the Heat Check. We'll be back again next week with more songs and more music. Tell your friends. Follow instructions. This episode could have been twice as long if y'all just followed instructions. But I'm not trying to like scold y'all. I'm just trying to teach you a lesson. Anyways, I love you guys. We'll see you soon. We'll be back with more juicy Heat Check. Oh yeah, Morning Motivation. So I have a new series. It's actually an old series. We're bringing back season 4, probably starting tomorrow. Every morning I go on here and I just talk motivational stuff that's on my mind, stuff going on in the world, and I kind of just tie it together in a little thought piece, kind of like a TED Talk. It's called Morning Motivation. There's actually 3 episodes already out right now. Sorry, 3 seasons already out right now on Spotify. Just Google or search for Morning Motivation with Jaron Ikner, and you will find those 3 previous seasons. Season 4 is returning, so I will be on here every day for like 3 or 4 weeks talking about life, at least for like 10-15 minutes. So stay tuned for that because that's going to be fun. We'll see you soon. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Heat Check. It's your boy Jaron Ikner, and I am out. Goodbye.
Floating in space, hoping to land. Roll with the universe, go with the plan. Meteor shower, I'm making it rain. Count